Hello and welcome to another episode of Boxing with Paul. And today I'm very excited to bring you Puregear's PureBoom wireless speaker. Let's take a look at it. You can currently find this speaker on Puregear's website for only $64.95. Real quick, this box is a fairly cheap box, even though it's kind of glossy and it has pictures everywhere. It's still a fairly thin and flimsy box. In the box, we got an 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch auxiliary cable. And we also get a Type A to Micro B USB cable. We also get a user manual to get us acquainted with our Bluetooth speaker. In this user manual, there's absolutely no sort of mention as to how to pair these together, because I believe one of the main selling features about this speaker is that you can operate two of them at the same time for stereo surround sound, because this speaker is neither waterproof nor does it have a long battery life, so I don't know why it has a $64.99 price tag. Now, the speaker itself is a handsome looking speaker. It is actually very good looking. It is very much reminiscent of the JBL speakers, and we can see that we have the customary volume up and volume down buttons that also work as forward skip and backward skip. We also have our play pause button, as well as this additional button that I have no idea what it does. The instruction manual makes no mention of it, but we're going to find out soon enough. We also have our power button over here, as well as our pairing button, in addition to having a lanyard to either hang or tie this thing somewhere, and it feels substantial. It feels like we can swing this thing around and it's not going to go anywhere. It also features passive woofers on the sides. Right next to our power and our pairing button, we can lift our flap to reveal the full-size USB input for your thumb drives, as well as a micro SD slot for your MP3 files, for anything that you might want to play out of here sound-wise. We also have our auxiliary jack, 1/8 inch, and a micro B USB cable for charging as well. Let's go ahead and power this thing on.
Power on. Bluetooth mode connected.
After giving this device a listen, I can conclude that it is mostly highs and mids, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The mids and the highs are crisp, they're clear, they're easy to understand. However, it struggles a little bit on the lower end. It wants to produce those slow notes. It wants to have that oomph. It just doesn't. It's because of how small it is, because of the actual driver size. I was not able to find out. I still am not able to find out what this other button does right here. I have no idea what it does. If anybody down in the comments knows, please let me know, as I've pressed it, I've held it, and it doesn't seem to do anything. It doesn't seem to change the EQ, which is what I thought it did and was the original function intended for it. Now let's go ahead and try to pair two of these together and see what kind of sound they do give us. So after trying for about 10 minutes, I have not been able to pair these two together. I have tried every combination of double tapping, holding both buttons on both Bluetooth devices at the same time, and they still will not pair together. If your product is this difficult, or if it's not this user friendly, or if it's not intuitive for you to use, you should at least include instructions as to how to pair them together. There's nowhere in this user manual that tells you how to pair them together. It just tells you how to connect it Bluetooth to your device. That's about it. It tells you how to operate it when you're playing music, when you're on a phone call. It tells you the features and the specifications, the FCC statement. It tells you what to do when they're not connecting, and that's it. It's such a nice speaker, and it could have done so well. Either I'm not bright enough to figure out how to pair them together, or your product is too complicated and you should have included instructions on how to pair them together. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this? If somebody else can get this figured out, please let me know how to do it. And as always, thanks for watching.